My name is Laura Ferguson and I'm a speech and language therapist based in Huntly in Aberdeenshire. The role of a speech and language therapist is supporting children with speech, language and communication difficulties. So that could be, for example, if a child is finding some speech sounds tricky, so for example they say tat for cat, or it could be children who actually just find learning language a wee bit more difficult and just need a bit more help, or it could be children who find communication and interaction quite difficult if they've maybe got a diagnosis of autism and things like that. So it's just supporting these children to communicate their needs and wants.
Cool.
Okay, so accessing our service, we've recently actually had a service redesign, so we're a lot more flexible with how we're working and trying to make ourselves more accessible. So if staff in nursery or parents or health visitors, someone notices that a child may be having speech and language difficulties, then all they need to do is just give us a phone, and the health visitor, nurseries and things like that, they should all have our numbers for the local speech and language therapist. So they just give us a phone and just have a bit of a chat on the phone about what the concerns are, and then we usually contact the parents as well just to see what their concerns are. If you are in a nursery and the staff are concerned, then it would just be gaining the parents' consent and then just giving us a phone. Also for general advice and things as well, we've got a Facebook page, which is NHSG Aberdeenshire Speech and Language Therapists, Babble to Banter. So we also put on some general advice and things on that as well. If nursery staff are concerned about a child's speech and language, then we can offer some general training and advice about supporting children's speech and language needs, but also for specific children we can give specific advice for that, and happy to come into nurseries to see children with the staff as well if they've got parental consent for that. Regularly across Aberdeenshire there is Makaton training, so Makaton signing, so that's supporting all children using signing, so their understanding and their spoken language. We also do visual support, so ways to support children using visuals, so this could be like this kind of thing on a lanyard or a visual timetable, things like that, so we could also do some training for that. We also do training called Share the Moment, and that's just generally for people working with children in the kind of early years, supporting their general speech and language and communication development. Okay, so when supporting children who have speech and language difficulties, we work across environments, so we are happy to see children in nursery but also in clinic settings or the home setting, just whatever is suitable, and we do regularly speak to staff and parents as well, just giving them strategies and tools to support their child's speech and language development.
Right.
So when supporting children's speech and language in the earlier settings, there's a few top tips. So the first one would just be to actually play and talk to the children, so get down to their level, just keep language simple when you're playing with them. Really think about the number of questions you're using, so try really increase the commenting. So instead of what's that, you could say look, a lion, or instead of what are you doing, it could be you're doing a painting or you're doing a beautiful painting. So trying to really reduce the questions and increase the comments, and this takes the pressure off the children and just gives them a model of language to learn. Another one would be if a child has maybe said something but you know they've said it wrong, so if they said tat for cat, it would just be to model it back to them, so don't criticise what they've said, but it would just be if they said tat, then you would say you're right, it's a cat, instead of picking up that they've actually got it wrong. A good one to think about is to owl, so the first one would be to observe, so that's the O in owl. So observe what the children are doing, so that really helps you to follow their lead in play, so just getting involved but following their lead. They might not always do what you expect them to do with the toy, so just actually following what they're doing with it. To wait, so that's our with in owl, and that is just giving the children time to respond, and that's actually giving them the opportunity to actually start the interaction without you leading, and just don't be scared of silence, so don't feel like you're always having to talk, but actually just waiting and giving the children time to start the interaction or to just time to respond. And the last one is the L, which is listen. And that is just listening carefully to what the children are saying, so letting them finish, even if you know what they're trying to say, just giving them time to actually finish what they're saying. And just also building on what children have said. So if they said to you cat, then you could build on that saying it's a big cat, or it's an orange cat, or that kind of thing. So you're just creating language models for them. Another thing that's really helpful for children, for all children, especially those with speech and language difficulties, is just using visual support. So that doesn't always have to be actual visuals like these symbols and things, but it could just be pointing. It could be showing children something, so showing them a cup when it's snack time, or showing them their jacket when it's time to go outside, but also having symbols and things around your lanyard or that you have access to can also really help children's understanding of what's been expected of them, which is a really useful tool to use in the earlier setting.